Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video, and this particular video that comes from Houston Police Department is 45 minutes long. This video is going to show body camera footage from an officer-involved shooting and a line of duty death of a police officer in Houston. This news conference is also going to include an ATF agent talking about the type of gun that was used in this incident. So unlike other videos that I've done for Monday Quarterback, where I play the entirety of the video, then I go back and I talk about things that are going on to explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that were done right and are done wrong. This particular video in of itself, I'm just going to have it for the 45 minutes of the press release. I won't be going back on this particular video and talking about things that I think that were done right or done wrong. I will make a separate video that has some better image clarity from the body cam footage. And this particular news release, they basically are recording the wall where the projector is, and they're showing everything on there. So the image quality isn't the greatest. I will do that in a separate video. So I just wanted to have this whole entire press conference on here just for viewing purposes. Without further ado, here we go.
No, is everybody ready? All right. Just want to say good morning to everyone. I'm here with some of our law enforcement partners, Ms. Jennifer Lowry, our U.S. Attorney from the Southern District, Fred Milanowski, the ATF Super Agent in Charge, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, and also Ruben Perez with the DA's office. So transparency is transparency. And when we said that we would release body-worn camera footage of all officer-involved shootings, that's what we meant. It's a very difficult day when you lose an officer in the line of duty. I want to ask that we continue to pray for Officer Bill Jeffrey's family. I spoke to his wife this morning. I spoke to Sergeant Vance's family, and just ask for continued prayer. But two reasons. I recognize and I said the first reason why we're here, to release this body-worn camera footage. The second reason, and we're going to look at the footage today. The second reason, a threat to law enforcement and citizens throughout our city, throughout our county, throughout the nation that we need to bring light to. This video that we're going to see, it's about 11 minutes and 30 seconds. Just a warning, it's graphic, it's difficult to watch, but it's a part of it. So we're going to show the video, and then we're going to get back up and individually, our Special Agent in Charge, Fred Milanowski, is going to do some demonstrations on some of these switches, automatic switch, that you can put on a gun and make it fully automatic. I don't do a whole lot of commentary on body-worn camera footage, and I'm going to try to stick to that. But I do want y'all to pay particular attention to the rapid gunfire that our officers were up against. But we'll take and we'll start the video here in a second.
Criminal Investigations Command. This critical incident briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Houston on September 20th, 2021. You're about to see video footage that is related to this incident. HPD conducts thorough investigations into officer-involved shootings. These typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and an amount of forensic evidence. It is important to note we are in the very early stages of the investigation, and we continue to process additional evidence as it is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. A word of caution, the videos you are about to see may be graphic and can be difficult to watch. In addition, these videos may contain strong language and viewer discretion is advised. At approximately 7:30 a.m., Houston police officers assigned to the Major Offenders Division attempted to execute an arrest warrant for Dion LODD. Officer Johnson knocked on the door and a female answered. Officer Johnson stated the officers had an arrest warrant for Mr. LODD and asked if he was inside the residence. The female was asked to step outside. Mr. LODD opened fire, striking Officer Jeffrey and Sergeant Vance. Officers returned fire and sought cover. Officer Jeffrey and Mr. LODD succumbed to their injuries, and Sergeant Vance was treated at the hospital and later released.
Houston Police, come to the door. Something just hit the door. Good morning. And we have a warrant for Dion. Ma'am. Where's Dion? Is he awake? Dion, step out here. Is he awake?
Ma'am.
Ma'am? Yeah, step out here. Okay. Dion, step on out here. You got to take care of some warrants. No.
Where is it?
Ready?
Where is it? Yeah.
No, I do not see him. Dion, you need to step out as Houston Police. Is he behind the door? Dion! She looked back there towards the back, so. Dion, it's Houston Police, you need to step out here. Dion, it's Houston Police. Let's do this thing. Bill! Call an ambulance. Hey, get some cover. Get some cover, get some cover. He's down, but I can't see him.
Dion. Dion, please step it out here. Dion, it's Houston Police. Let's do this scene. Hold on. Give me cover. Give me cover. Bill, can you come back?
518, keep up it. That's clear. Well, again, I'll call you, make sure you're active. Clear, let's get lower fuel. I'm sorry, it's trying to be here for me if I tried to make 26 GMC. Brown color at the convenience store, calling waiting in the red Jeep.
All right.
That's good.
So, you good? You good?
No, I'm here.
Come in, Bill! Somebody get Bill! Okay. Get an ambulance! Get an ambulance! Fuck! You good, Sarge? Yeah. Where you at, Sarge? Where you at? Right? Wait. Where's Sarge? Shit. God damn. Hey, we need to get Bill out. We need to get Bill out of there. We need to get Bill out.
Dion, it's Houston Police. Let's do this meeting.
God.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me. You got on hit. I'm here. What is it? What is it now?
out here. You gotta take care of some more.
Can you see him? Where is he? Where is he?
No, I do not see him. Dion, you need to step out as Houston Police. Dion.
There's a door behind the door.
You look back there.
Yeah.
Dion, Houston Police, you need to step out here.
The guns in the house.
Dion, it's Houston Police. Let's do this thing.
They set up properly.
Yes, sir. The speaker's gonna come.
Yep. Thank y'all. So as I said, it's difficult to watch. But let me cut through it. Let me cut through my frustration. It's time for a national call. A call of unity. A lot of times everybody want to point the fingers. Not about that, and we shouldn't be about it in criminal justice. It's time for police, prosecutors, district attorneys, judges, and lawmakers, both state and federal, to stand up and making sure that we're doing whatever we can do to make our streets in this city, in this county, in this region, in our nation, as safe as possible. There is absolutely no reason or no room for suspects to be armed like this. And we need to do everything that we can do. And this is why I have a strong team standing with me today. But it's going to take everybody. This is a threat that is here, and it's a threat to everybody. Law enforcement and citizens in every neighborhood in our community. And this is why I wanted to call this press conference. You saw it with your own eyes. So nobody has the right to say or a reason to say, well, I wasn't aware of this. This is what we're up against. And we need to do something about it. I say it all the time, we're better than this. Our city, our county, our state, and our great nation. And I'm not here to point fingers and blame. I'm calling for a day of unity for everybody to stand up and make sure. But the first person that I'm going to call up is our ATF, Fred Milanowski, our special agent in charge.
Thank you, Chief. Yeah, I agree. It's a tough video. I've seen it before, and it's still just as tough to see. But if you pay particular attention to the body-worn camera of the two officers, the sergeant and Officer Jeffries at the door, you get the best indication that that firearm was firing in a fully automatic mode. ATF has had in the last year, has had 7 investigations in Houston, arresting people, every one of them. We've arrested people selling these auto switches. We've seized about 104 of these auto switches. We seized 11 handguns that had the auto switches already attached to them. We are seeing them across the Houston Field Division, but I'm telling you, Houston proper is ground zero. By far, we're seeing the most of these devices in the city of Houston. A 30-round magazine, I'm going to demonstrate, or not demonstrate, but show it to you in a second. A 30-round magazine fired through one of these guns that shoots fully automatic, 2.6 seconds to put 30 rounds down range. If you watch that video slowly, you'll see it, I believe it was in 2 volleys, that those 30 rounds are fired in. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to install one of these on a Glock handgun. It's not super technical. I'm not going to show you because I'm not going to demonstrate to anyone how to do this. But it's a problem and it's a danger for our community. I can you can all imagine an active shooter that had one of these fully automatic guns and how much worse some of the bad active shootings that we've had in the area could be. Our intelligence indicates that these are manufactured in China. You used to be able to get them, people would order them on the internet. That has all been shut down. But our most current intelligence for our investigations indicating that they're coming up through Mexico now. So whether they're getting imported into Mexico and then being brought up, I doubt that they're being manufactured in Mexico, but they're being manufactured somewhere outside the United States, and at least some of them being smuggled up through Mexico. So with that, I'm going to show you a few things so people are aware of it. This is what we're talking about. This is the device. This is an auto switch. There's a couple different ones, but you switch this toggle. Once you install this to the gun, you switch this toggle, and on one side it fires semi-automatic, the other side it fires fully automatic. What I have is two guns. This is a .40 caliber Glock with a switch installed, which is the same switch as I just showed you. Yes. And this is the toggle switch that makes it go from semi-automatic to fully automatic. That was a 9mm. This is a .40 caliber, a little bit different switch on it. Semi-automatic. You turn over here with the two spots. That's fully automatic. This is a 30-round magazine that we're talking about. 30 rounds. This is a standard Glock magazine. 2.6 seconds to empty this magazine for one of those fully automatic handguns. This, just for demonstration purposes, this is a Glock 9mm without a switch on it. This is how they're supposed to be. This is how they're made from the manufacturer and sold in federally firearms licensed gun stores across America. Obviously, no switch. I want to be clear, these are not an accessory. This is not something that Glock makes for this gun. These are illegal. They're illegal to possess. They're illegal to put on the gun. They're illegal to transfer, and the U.S. Attorney will talk a little bit more about that. This is a .40 caliber Glock handgun, again, without the switch on it. Flat backplate on this firearm, and this just reference point again. This is a switch that gets installed to the back that allows this gun to fire fully automatic. Obviously, you saw from the video, it is a dangerous weapon. It's dangerous for police, it's dangerous for the public, and we want to make people aware, both public and law enforcement, aware of what these are, because ATF has been doing some training at law enforcement agencies, and every one of the trainings we do, there's at least one officer that gets big eyes because that officer came across one of these, didn't know what it was, and didn't seize it. But this is contraband. Any gun or any switch by itself is contraband, and they should be seized by law enforcement, and ATF should be contacted to follow up. Obviously, we want to identify the source of these switches in this city. It's out there, someone knows, and we will prosecute it with the U.S. Attorney's Office to the full extent of the law. So with that, I will turn it over to Acting U.S. Attorney Jennifer Lowry.
The fight against violent crime is our fight for our whole community. It's going to take the community, it's going to take our state, local, county partners, and our federal partners to do it. And it's also information and getting information out. So that's part of the reason we're here today. This switch right here is a machine gun under federal law, and most people don't know it. They think when it's attached to the gun, it's a machine gun, but it's also just the switch by itself is a machine gun under federal law. A person can be prosecuted under 18 United States Code 9220 for knowingly possessing a machine gun, but also knowingly transferring a machine gun. The fines on that, you could go to federal prison up to 10 years and up to a $250,000 fine. So this is getting the word out. These are machine guns, and you can be prosecuted federally. We have prosecuted federally just for the switches, and also when they're attached to the revolvers themselves too. So just wanted to get the word out and just to urge everybody that this is our fight against violent crime, and it's going to take all of us to do it.
Good morning. I'm Ed Gonzalez, your Harris County Sheriff. Incredibly difficult to see the footage. My heart breaks, and our continued prayers are with our extended family at the Houston Police Department. There are few undertakings so noble as the protection of our community. Officer Bill Jeffrey and Sergeant Vance did just that. And you can, the Sheriff's Office is continuing to conduct a follow-up investigation on the events of that day over on Arrow Park. And as you can see from the video, how these switches function, because that's what they encountered. And it takes your breath away to see how a simple switch can create a pistol that fires rounds like that. Guns in the wrong hands are already dangerous. With this tiny part that turns a pistol into a mini machine gun, the dangers are unthinkable. This kind of firepower doesn't belong in our neighborhoods or anywhere. And sadly, we are seeing these weapons far too often, and we want our community to be fully aware. At the beginning of the year, deputies responded to a residential neighborhood where they found a vehicle riddled with bullet holes. A man was returning home after picking up a pizza and was shot to death as he attempted to pull into his driveway. About 30 rounds were fired. Neighbors described the harrowing sound as a machine gun going off. It was a switch. In March, our traffic crimes unit deputies seized a gun with a switch after stopping a vehicle for reckless driving in North Harris County. The driver, who was a convicted felon, had the illegal weapon hidden in a compartment. The bottom line is this: we are recovering and seizing these weapons, these guns, here in our own backyard. We are unified as a public safety team, regardless of the agency, organization, or jurisdiction, and this will not be tolerated. This is scary and dangerous stuff, and these are showing up in the hands of very bad people. So we need to continue to take a strong stand, whatever it takes, to protect our law enforcement officers and our community, and we will do just that. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg, I'm here to echo everything that everybody has said before me. This is a team effort. We need your help in the community. We are going to do everything we can to take these devices off the streets. We offer our condolences to Officer Jeffrey's family, and we are pleased that Sergeant Vance continues to recover. As everybody has said here today, we stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in law enforcement. This is a coordinated effort to educate the public, and we will do what we can to get these dangerous devices off the streets. We need your help. We're going to work together. We're all going to work together. State, city, federal, prosecutors, law enforcement agents, everybody. We're going to work together to get these devices off the streets. Thank you for your time.
Yep, go ahead.
One quick alibi. If the public has any knowledge of either the switches or a device or a firearm that has a switch on it, they can contact us at 1-888-ATF-LEADS, ATF-LEAD, and they'll funnel that information to the Houston Field Division, and we'll follow up on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. Thanks, team, and I'm going to say team because that's what we are. And we're going to move forward, but it's a day of call to action and unity. So I want, before we leave, and we're going to answer some questions, but if it's all right with you, Fred, I want the media to be able to get a close-up on those switches, because it's important when our citizens see them, know what they are and know the danger, and call law enforcement and put us on it so we can get them off the streets. It's dangerous for everybody. We'll open up for questions.
The gun recovered from the scene, Dion was dead. Did his gun have a switch on it, or was that a rifle?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And this may be a question for Fred. You mentioned on the gun, or switches in general are illegal.
That's correct.
Did you point out several different types of switches, or are you just showing us?
Just two different types. The most common one that we're seeing are this one with the toggle that slides back and forth. But this one was a little bit different, that has a switch that you turn to make it semi-automatic or fully automatic. So the ones that we're seeing the most of are these Glocks with the toggle. They're marked Glock, even though they're not manufactured by Glock. Obviously, somebody's putting that on there to give us some credibility that it shouldn't have. But as the U.S. Attorney said, this right here is a machine gun by itself.
It's obviously more powerful than rifles.
Well, not more powerful. Oh, I'm sorry. Not necessarily more powerful, but putting rounds down range a lot faster than a semi-automatic rifle.
Chief, we just saw, I think it was 4 separate clips. Can you confirm now how many officers initially responded to the door that morning?
We, I think it was 4, 5, was it 5? I'm sorry, 6, total of 6. But we showed the body-worn body-worn camera footage of every officer who was actually involved in the shooting. Okay?
Was Dean LODD able to do that damage with one gun, with one of those switches, or did he have multiple weapons on?
It was multiple weapons. Yeah. Go ahead.
So just, it was a little hard to make it out in the video. So Deon LODD shot from inside, and then did he step outside and continue the gun battle outside?
It was a gun battle, inside and outside. He shot multiple times, from inside of the house and outside, okay, and also at the back door.
Right, I was going to ask about the back door,
Yep.
too. So the body-worn camera, or the body-worn footage from out back, is that the officer who ended up shooting LODD?
I don't know who I know who fired, okay? Right. Every officer you saw in the body-worn camera fired. We don't know what hit him or whatnot. It's still, the autopsy is not in. Ed, if you want to speak to it a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, the investigation is still underway. I was out there that morning, and then our team, being that it was an unincorporated Harris County as is standard, we led the investigation. It's still ongoing, so there's still pieces that we're still not at a point where we could divulge, and our investigators aren't here, so we can't speak to any specifics about the investigation. But again, this type of firepower in the wrong hands and bad actors like LODD are incredibly dangerous. The switch in itself, that's dangerous, but then when you add the added component of individuals that pose a serious threat to community, it makes it even worse. And when I arrived, I saw individuals outside their homes, even kids, and these bullets don't have eyes. They're going to go all over. And so the entire community is at risk when somebody is using these type of weapons. I know at least 2 that were there. I don't know if there were others additionally. You know, again, we're letting our investigators continue that investigation, but I believe there was an AK and this the pistol with the switch.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Chief, could y'all briefly tell the difference between firing a semi-automatic and an automatic for these folks so they understand?
I'll let Fred speak to it. Yeah.
So, semi-automatic, all guns are manufactured semi-automatic for civilian purposes. So, one pull of the trigger, one round expended. Fully automatic is one pull of the trigger, and it keeps going until the magazine's empty, which is what happened in that scene, unfortunately.
All right.
Chief, you said earlier at the beginning of this conversation that it's about solidarity, that we're all in this together, judges, prosecutors, police, the community, etc. We do know that bond was lowered for Mr. LODD, allowing him to make bond. So when you say we are all in this together, what do you say to judges who granted him that bond?
I'm going to speak to everybody as a team. Okay. And that's how, you know, I'm not going to change that, and I respect your question. I don't think we do anybody any good when we start pointing the fingers. I think we should look at the problem, look at the threat that's in society, and work together. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody and every arm and every finger should not be held accountable in this criminal justice system, okay? So if you're not doing your job, you do it better. But I'm not going to stand here and say judges or whoever prosecute. It's us as a team, and we have to find a way to work together, move all the noise away, and work together. We're in a pandemic, and it's tough times. People are shooting and selling disagreements with firearms. That's a problem within itself, and then you add stuff like this, so it's we all got to work together as a team. Thanks for the question.
At least that is part of the issue with which we're dealing?
Say that one more time.
Can you say that is at least part of the issue?
There's problems all around, and I just want everybody to be responsible. I want everybody to be responsible, okay? Work together. Next question. And we'll do 2 more.
What is the street value for one of these switches? Like, how much does it cost someone to
I'm not, what is it, Fred? It's a couple $100 or so? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's not,
super
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're
Yeah.
contraband, so it can be, whatever people are willing to pay for them, correct? I'm not going to talk about
Right.
our ongoing
Yeah.
or our past investigations, what we paid for them, but they're
Right.
not real expensive.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you didn't have anything? Okay. That's it, okay. Well, look, we'll let Assistant Chief Garcia translate it in Spanish for us, but thank y'all for being here, and just remember, it's time for us to all move forward together to solve this violent crime issue, and that's it. That's the main thing. If you get nothing else out of this today, and not allowing our great officer, and I'm going to say great, to die in vain. Everybody that calls themselves a leader, I don't care if it's political, law enforcement, other arms of law enforcement, stand up and do the right thing. I think we just all got to move ourselves away from the noise. And if you hear some frustration in my voice, because I am. I really am. Because we can do better, and we will do better. But everybody has to work together. And I'm just so glad and so proud of my team that's standing, our team that's standing with us today, because we work really good down here in this region. And I'm proud of the relationship, so thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Chief García, háblenos de ese incidente, por favor. ¿Nos puede dar detalles del video que vimos?
Okay.
¿Qué es lo que quiere que la comunidad sepa?
Sí, pues primera cosa, buenos días. Soy Ernesto García, la policía, agente jefe aquí en la policía de Houston. Y es un día difícil mirando este video y las cosas que pasaron en el 20 de septiembre de este año. Como el jefe Troy Finner dijo, es que aquí estamos para decirle al público y a la ciudad de Houston y parte del país que estamos aquí por dos razones. La primera razón es que queremos enseñar el video a las cosas que pasó en el 20 de septiembre de este año. Entonces, ya que ya miraron el video, pueden mirar las cosas que pasaron ahí en el apartamento. Y más importante, quiero que el público se da cuenta a los disparos que ese sospechoso que hizo adentro de ese y afuera de ese apartamento. Si pueden oír, la arma que el sospechoso usó era 100% automática. Entonces, diciendo eso, o puedes pensar que una arma de 100% automática es que cuando una arma normal, cuando disparas, una bala sale de la arma, ¿verdad? Cuando es 100% automática, la arma, cuando le disparas una vez, 30 balas, 30 salen de esa arma en 2.0 segundos. Si puedes pensar eso, es una cosa que es peligroso, no nomás para la policía aquí en la ciudad, pero todos los partes del país, pero también es peligroso para la comunidad. Entonces, esa es la segunda razón que estamos aquí, es que queremos explicar, queremos informar al público de esas cosas, ese equipo, esas switches que miramos que las personas, los sospechosos están poniendo en esas armas. Como dijo el condado y el abogado del país, ese es contra la ley. Si un sospechoso usa esos switches, esos equipos para poner ahí con la pistola, entonces una persona le pueden dar los cargos hasta 10 años en la prisión. En esa prisión no es el Estado, es de federal, entonces los cargos son federal. Y más de la multa de $250,000. Entonces ese delito es bien alta. Entonces quiero decir que es bien importante que trabajamos juntos. Esa es la razón que todos estamos aquí hablando de ese tema. Como dije antes, no es el problema solamente por la policía, pero la policía necesitamos la ayuda a todos, el condado, el país, diferentes departamentos de la policía y la comunidad. Si no estamos trabajando juntos, entonces va a ser bien difícil para hacer las cosas que necesitamos hacer. Y si miras ese video otra vez, como dije, es una cosa que nosotros necesitamos decirle al público qué está pasando, y es cosas que el público necesita. Si sabe una persona que tiene una pistola así, o no solamente el equipo, si miraste aquí, el equipo es bien pequeño, pero ese equipo, ese switch, está bien peligroso. Puede ser bien chiquito, pero hace mucho daño. Entonces estamos pidiendo que si alguien sabe de una persona que está comprando, o si tú tienes en sus posiciones un equipo así, necesitas hablar a la policía de Houston, o más importante, necesitas hablar al ATF. El número de ATF es 100-800 ATF LEADS, LEADS. 1-800 ATF LEADS.
Ahora, hablan de este switch como contrabando. Esto no es legal.
No, no es legal. Entonces, estas switches no vienen de la compañía de las pistolas, donde hacen las pistolas. No mandan al público, no puedes comprar este tipo de arma en el público. Entonces, eso es contra la ley. Entonces, compran o hacen esos switches y es bien fácil para ponerlo en las pistolas, en las armas. Y con esta chiquita parte que miras ahí, como dije, puedes disparar una vez y 30 balas salen de la pistola en 2.6 segundos. O sea, es bien peligroso esa chiquita cosa ahí.
¿Han encontrado este tipo de artefactos ya en otras armas?
Es cierto.
Arrestos.
Sí. Esto, como dije, es un problema que estamos mirando. Y como el señor de ATF dijo ahorita, Houston, la ciudad de Houston, es la parte del país que estamos mirando eso que se está subiendo. Entonces, esa es la razón que estamos pidiendo al público para ayudarnos y reportar esos tipos de equipo que estamos mirando. Y sí es cierto que estamos mirando más de eso aquí en la ciudad.
El jefe Finner dijo que esto es bastante preocupante porque le da una ventaja muy grande a aquellas personas que quieren perpetrar tiroteos, active shooter cases. Entonces le da una ventaja muy grande a la persona porque puede disparar mucho más rápido en un tiempo menor.
Sí, ese es el problema. El problema no es que la arma que tiene más poder. El problema es que si disparas una vez, 30 balas salen de esa pistola. Entonces, nomás piensa eso. Si una persona está enfrente o varias, te estás en una escuela o si estás en un negocio o estás tratando de hacer algo que no debes y tienes un tipo de arma así, entonces nomás puedes pensar que el peligro que es eso.
Ahora, si el alguacil nos puede también mencionar un poco en referencia a cómo esto le dio ventaja al criminal en este caso para atacar a los oficiales.
Sí, en la oficina del alguacil de sheriff estamos llevando a cargo la investigación. Este individuo, LODD, estaba armado con un arma que tenía un switch, como fue demostrado hoy. Entonces, el video ahí está muy obvio que los oficiales anunciarse y tener contacto con él inmediatamente pudo comenzar a disparar y como mencionó el subjefe, que fueron demasiados tiros inmediatamente. Entonces eso es algo muy potente, no solamente a nosotros como oficiales, pero también a nuestro público, y queremos levantar conciencia del tipo de armas que estamos encontrando muy seguido. Yo mencioné que ya en varias ocasiones hemos arrestado a personas que no estaban disparando, pero sí tenían ese contrabando en sus pistolas, y es algo lamentablemente que se está haciendo más común.
¿Por qué es tan preocupante esto?
Porque son muy potentes. Como ya se mencionó, van a salir muchas balas muy rápidas, entonces pueden ser heridas más graves porque una persona tal vez puede ser baleada más veces. Nosotros hemos respondido a un incidente donde personas han muerto porque alguien disparó este tipo de arma. Entonces es donde corre más peligro, es que uno no tiene tiempo de poder responder inmediatamente, son encontrados por demasiadas balas. Entonces es algo muy peligroso. Pues que pongan ojo, que si ven este tipo de objeto, este contrabando en sus casas o que alguien lo tenga alrededor de ellos, que lo reporten inmediatamente y que sepan que no es una cosa inocente, sino que puede correr mucho peligro, no solamente ellos, la comunidad y también oficiales. Gracias.
Y Rubén, si nos pudiera clarificar sobre los cargos que puede enfrentar la gente que esté en posesión o que esté traficando este tipo de artefactos.
Ahora, están hablando de las leyes en contra de que está este dispositivo, ¿verdad? El switch, que el dispositivo. Alguien dijo que está en contra de la ley federal, que pueden ir a la penitencia hasta 10 años. El rango de castigo es hasta 10 años en la penitencia. Pero también es en contra de las leyes estatales. Si alguien está con una arma y tienen ese dispositivo, el castigo, el rango de castigo en las leyes estatales es de 2 a 10 años en la penitencia y una multa de $10,000. So es en contra de la ley estatal y es en contra de la ley federal también.
Thank you all.